Right, here goes. The story, Living in a Bubble by DELORA Green, which is me, Gemma Stone. I've already introduced myself. You'll look at the video before, that's me. Can't be doing that throughout the whole of the video files because I need to be focusing on the words of the book. So just focusing on the front cover. That is a picture of me, Gemma Stone. It was taken prior to 2013. My dreams, hopes are like everybody else's. I dream of a better world, of peace, and I need to break this bubble. I need to voice my opinions, and I need to not be silenced anymore from what I believe to be the truth of how the world can be. So in the confines of this book that I will be reading to you over the course of the next few weeks, you can purchase at any time on Amazon, or you could go to my website, deloragreen.co.uk, and you can just tune in with me every day where I'll be doing 10 minutes of reading from my book so that you can get a feel of what the world could be like, which was many years ago created in my imagination when I was a child. What I perceived to be was not the reality of everything that was going on around me. I'm now in my 40s, on my next journey from 40 to 80. I'm excited about everything, about how the world could be, and with the help of everybody else around me, we can make this world a better place. And I'm not saying we can eradicate what's going wrong in the world, but we can certainly make it better. Through the words that I choose to use in this book, I'm going to share with you my dreams of how the world could be, so that all of you can share in those dreams too. And I know many of you are doing that already, and you're trying to create the world in a better light, full of love and light, and I really appreciate your support in all of this, because together we are going to make a difference, and we are going to change the state of mental well-being, and we're going to change the state of the world as it is, so that everybody can try to be more positive for the sake of our children and the next generations that are coming. So I go to the first page, and you will see that I have written on each page, because there is going to be a second version of the book that will be available when time allows, and finances too. But as you can see, I'm sitting with a tattered copy of my first edition, and I'm feeling that we need to make the sales in order to make the second book, in order to make all these dreams come true. I'm not selfish. I'm not selfless. I am selfless. I want to be helping others. I put others before myself. I also look after my family, and I want everybody to be able to read with me and understand exactly how the world can be. So I am the pen. I am the pen that writes on the page to tell of the plans so carefully laid. I am the pen that writes this book, that tells of the secrets, so take a look. I am the source of the love in the words, that tells of the hope we'll fly like birds. I am the rock that seals the tomb, that ends our life full of gloom. I am the gate to 1,000 dreams, that tells of the life full of esteem. I am the keeper that holds the key, that tells of a beautiful world waiting for thee. I am the source for you to go through, that tells of the dangers that old life does and will bestow. I am the voice of 1,000 words, that will rid your life of the dreaded curse. I am the angel that rescues you gladly, that holds you real close and sets you free. The truth, the way it's written. This is the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Where the truth lies is underneath my feet. If I don't tell the truth, I will be living a lie. The feelings will always be there, because they are true feelings. You cannot deny true love. Revealing what lies underneath, bubbling below the surface. The truth discovered, where once was undiscovered. The truth hurts, doesn't it? Now it's time for me to speak my mind, to tell my side of the story. The truth is hidden beneath the lies, and the truth of the situation is now revealed. The perceived truth is someone's reality. It is all relative. That needs to be respected. Their opinion counts, their story is real to them, and so often is the reality of the lies surrounding the situation. There is a pressing need to uncover the lies woven in between the deceit and betrayal, spun a long time ago in a past far away. If I don't speak my mind, unravel the truth, I will never be set free. I need to reveal it all to all and escape from these treacherous hands. This is a story that will shock you, amaze you, and completely change your whole perspective on life. I'll now begin my tale, taken straight from my heart. This true story and the events in it span over 12 years, from 2001 to 2013. In the later edition, it goes on to spanning a further 6 years into 2019, which is where we are now. It was written at a time in my life when changes took place that would eventually completely turn my whole life upside down in a completely different and new direction. I am now 41 and ready to embark on the life I once dreamed of. Having taken 7 years since I wrote this book to put right everything that went wrong, and a lot of energy, a lot of support has been given from my friends to turn this all around. And now the support and love will be given from the people who are watching these audio files, knowing that we can put right everything that went wrong for the sake of humankind. With the right support and backing from individuals who share the love of life and music. The last 2 decades have seen so many changes taking place on a personal, national and worldwide level. These changes are documented in this book for all to see. This will help create the dream and take you there to an ideal world. Before the book was written, when I was in what I call my old life, I only had an inkling that I wanted to write a book, mainly about the way society was and the way people were. Said simply, I'm going to write a book, were the words I uttered to my then husband in 2001. This comment was made after another unwanted, frustrating, annoying and upsetting episode had happened and entered my life. I was in my early 20s. At that time, I felt I needed to document the effects it had on me for proof of it ever happening. I was 23. Over a decade of my life has been wiped out, never to revisit again. My memories blitzed. The only memories I have left are those that are documented in this book, and the photographs that lie scattered around in numerous photo albums, my life. Those that had entered my life were spoiling every chance and what I perceived and believed a reality come true, for the benefit of those who were not witness to my needs or turned a blind eye. Whilst the book was being written, I would sit for hours transposing the thoughts in my head by writing them down on paper, in notebooks, or typing continuously on the computer. At first, passages, chapters of the book would be written in a random order, only to become clearer much further on in my life when I was to discover that a book was in the making and a jigsaw had to be pieced together for it to be completed and ready for public release. I was unaware of how long the writing and the editing process was going to take. As I continued, intuition made me aware that the time was now, in 2013 and then again in 2019. Some further delays prevented the book being released when I intended it to be, but I do believe that everything has a perfect timing, and I knew that this would be revealed to me at the right time. I have all the journals, notebooks, scraps of paper that I used throughout the 12 years as evidence of it being my own works. I continued to write in the years after, from 2013 to 2019, as a therapeutic tool to aid me in my development and growth, and to help me better understand events that were shaping up and people's actions. I encourage anybody listening to these video files to do exactly the same, to write down your experiences, to have your own opinion, to have your own mind, to ignore what others are saying around you that isn't the truth or doesn't seem to be quite right. Some are dated to add chronology, a time scale and pace. It became obvious that there was a time for every event that had happened to me, a time for people to enter and then to exit. Everything had been staged as if written before my time, destined to happen, and there was no way that I had the power to change the course of action. It was all meant to be. A story had to be told. I had to live out every encounter, experience, along with the feelings associated with the happenings, and learn my lessons to overcome the obstacles in order for me to rise above it all and enter my new life, which only had happy times and joyous occasions, a whole new chapter. I had an outlet to explore my thoughts and feelings too, an escapism. During this time, I lived in various homes and places. I went through different times and created many spaces. When I decided to leave my old life on the 14th February 2002, which was Valentine's Day, and yet I hold that day a special place in my heart, and it's always a day where I remember to treat myself, to look after myself, to do what's best for myself. I always remember me on this day, and not the old life that I was leaving behind. After years of being unsure of my life purpose and living my life as though I was a square peg in a round hole, then that's when this book started to be written. And myself and my life was revealed, and now I'm revealing it to everyone. In random passages at first, then as the years went on, the selections would make more sense, falling into a natural order. I spent a lot of this time on my own, and some of the time in relationships, destined for destruction, until I finally met the man of my dreams, the one that I had been waiting for all of my life, the one who knew me for me and respected the path I walked. I had many friends by this time. A lot were male, some were female. Even the man I was with, we remained friends most of the time throughout all the transitional periods. I was to make the decision before its release to leave the order unchanged, as my proofreaders had agreed that it helped to keep the reader guessing and hooked on the events occurring and evolving. After a long time mithering, it became apparent that it mattered not that the book was in any specific chronological order, as it can be used as a reference guide too. It will contribute to your self-discovery and self-development and discovery, helping you with self-healing, growth, confidence. It will support your life, transform you into the being that you want to be. In that I mean living out your dreams and desires of a better world, making your dreams become a reality. It would have been a massive task and very time-consuming to order the book, as time was marching on. The world as we knew it was being destroyed by mindless individuals, and we needed to draw together the good people of this world to make a difference, to save our planet Earth. There was no time left for a mammoth task to be created, when there was no need. This second edit proved a success when I chose to reveal, all in the name of Gemma Stone, my real name and not DELORA Green, my pen name. The release date had become a pressing matter of urgency, and the editing process had now become a burden, taking up so many hours that I no longer had to give. The deadline of the 14th of February had already been missed in 2013. In 2019, we are still waiting for the edited version to be published. I am asking the reader and the critic to decide. The book is a masterpiece in the making. There is more of the story to add and plenty of twists and turns ready to be revealed. It is open to public opinion, and in time a revised second version will be published. Maybe that's why I had to wait, because the public are what matter, and it's what you desire in what desired format that will carry forth into the future, so that when the second book is published, it is to everyone's liking, at the right time in the approved order. Unfortunately, time is not on our side for this to happen now. What matters most is that the relevant content of the book reaches the masses, the people in need, the chosen ones, including the lost souls. In the meantime, this book will aid your flight and keep you guessing, evolving and restructuring yourself in its present format. It will help to bring forth the element of intrigue, apprehension, insight and suspense as to what will happen next. In 2017, as I revisited the words that I wrote, I sought the help of others getting them to read this book, to inform, guide and direct content. Now in 2019, I'm doing the same again, but on a worldwide level. The ones watching these videos, the ones who have chosen to spend 20 minutes of their time every day to listen to the story, will be the ones that will make the difference. Life is what you make of it. You have to be willing to open up those doors of creativity to see this pathway clear. The ability to believe will run parallel to your thinking, and the power of your imagination will secure findings, helping to make things happen the way it was written in the scriptures a long time ago in a past far away, when people then had a strong insight into the way they viewed the world to be. It's up to us to turn the world around, fulfill every man and woman's dream of creating a perfect world, or some may say, an almost perfect world, in beauty and colour. In this final second edition that I will be releasing, as soon as we are ready and we're given the right time, we are going to make this happen and see it through, to make it real. During the writing process, I would carry on my life as a teacher, a carer, a support worker, running my own business during the daytime, experiencing life on the front line as it was, and then be writing at night and in my spare time during the holidays, at weekends, to make sense of what was going on, what I was experiencing, interpreting, my feelings, the way other people made me feel, the way I made them feel. I was witness to changes in people's attitudes, moods, personalities, beliefs, the ever-changing world views which were affecting everyone. We were coming closer and closer to the 29th of March. Decisions were going to be made, and we had no control over any of it. Not only myself, only I was able to articulate what was happening around us. I was perplexed by the decisions that were being made by people who class themselves to be more superior than the rest of the population. Us mere mortals, peasants, paupers, need I go on? These decisions were being made beyond our control. The world was coming undone, and we had a duty to piece it back together. It was given us no choice. As I saw it, the world was coming undone and in complete chaos, spiralling out of control and heading straight towards destruction. I, during all of my 20s and early 30s, was to witness nearly decades of shocking, traumatic and life-changing events that were changing my perspective on the world and what I had grown up to believe. A peaceful and loving world was being destroyed by mindless, thoughtless and callous individuals and groups of people with a sole intention to ruin everything that had ever been our dream. I, for one, with the hope that there would be many others who would support my ambitious aims and dreams, was not going to allow this to happen. I wanted to be a part of the healing, and I wanted to be a part of the rebuild. I wouldn't stop until I got what I wanted for the sake of humankind. Their thoughts, slants, opinions, everybody's thoughts mattered. Before religion, there was humanity. As humans, our desire was to love. Some would hate, both words, a choice. And that was as simple as it was. What is in this book may be considered by some to be egotistical, putting me as the writer in a superior position. Whilst I recognise my role to be high and significant in order for change to occur, I wish for all my readers to aspire to functioning on that level too. What I've become is what you can become. And that way we can help shape the people, and that way we are meant to be, and create a more peaceful, amicable, sharing, caring and loving world around us. Those of you who know me from me will not share this opinion that I'm egotistical, because you respect me as I do respect the people around me, and they know who I am and I know who they are, and knowing that all my intentions are good and being superior to everyone else is furthest from my mind. I shy away from fame and fortune. I am not materialistic, but I do believe in being full of abundance, cared for, loved and needed, that I believe carries us all through in this tired old world into the refreshed, vitalised, energised new world we all deserve. For all our children, they deserve better. This book will help to craft, create and mould you into what you aspire to be. You must start to feel again, function and breathe. The intention for this book in your hands now was so that it could be used as evidence of the cruel times I had been through. However, I know that the content of the book can help you too. As I understood it, the purpose for me writing the book was to help others, and I finally had the strength to believe in the content despite what others had to say. I rose above their hurtful comments and built my life around people who mattered most. And that's why I'm reaching out for you today and every day. I'm going to give you 20 minutes, 30 minutes of my time. I'm going to read from my book. If you want your own copy, then it's there already on Amazon. You can go to my website, deloragreen.co.uk. I shall read to you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching and listening. Let's do this together. We all matter.